The atmosphere I grew up in was, you know, completely 100% Christian.
Katy got her first guitar through the church.
I just started to play the guitar. I'm a little amateur.
There's no music though, it's all in my head. It's in my heart, actually.
Songwriting and making these records are kind of like the truth of who I am, what makes me laugh, what makes me cry. It's a mad diary.
She knows what it's like to be those girls that are in the audience. She knows their language.
Don't cry, don't cry.
He says he wants to marry you.
You're gonna marry me?
One of the things I loved is how much you embrace, like, how much of a nerd you are, which is awesome because I feel like I'm a big nerd too.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if we could have a nerd off. I'm going to tell you something nerdy about myself, and you try to top it by something nerdy about you. All right, let's do that.
That sounds fun.
Okay, cool. So I have a collection of Star Wars t-shirts that I wear on a regular basis.
Oh, do you?
I do.
I sleep with 2 stuffed animals.
When I was a kid, I named my dogs after all the androids in the Alien movies.
Some of my favorite sci-fi movies are Blade Runner and Fifth Element.
When I was in 6th grade, I was pantsed and I was wearing whitey tighties.
When I was in 6th grade, I was suspended from school for humping a tree.
Now we got to hear that story. I'm not going anywhere. What is the story behind the tree humping?
We were doing a play on Greek mythology, and I was Aphrodite, and my love interest was absent, and so I used the tree as my partner.
And they suspended you for that?
It's a Christian school.
You don't have to feel like a wasted space. You're original, cannot be replaced.
My goal when I'm playing shows is just to make people smile.
I gotta ask, as someone who is always constantly told at that door not to ask personal questions, I was really surprised that...
This is a personal film.
Exactly, and I was very surprised at how much you went into the relationship with Russell Brand and the breakup and everything. So I was wondering, what makes you feel that I, or the people outside, or that your fans deserve to get an insight into that aspect of your life?
But if you were to have gone and that had been mentioned at all and completely avoided as though it never happened, it would be weird. And I think people would walk out and be like, this is a true, music movie about Katy, but I think something else happened. So I could not avoid the elephant in the room, but I wanted to handle it very carefully and delicately with integrity.
I've made mistakes, but I don't regret anything. It's just a blind ambition that turned into a reality.
I think one of the biggest appeals for movies like these is seeing someone like you and being reminded that you do normal things like the rest of us. You put on deodorant and you...
I do put on deodorant.
Yeah, and
Thank God.
I know. And
in this instance.
No, I think you smell lovely.
Thank you.
And you walk around without makeup, and when you're stretching, you make farting noises, which I thought was awesome.
Well, that is, I do fart, yes.
Right,
I am a human being, but those noises in the movie are from a fart
soundboard.
Right,
the soundboard, yes.
Don't get it twisted.
I wouldn't dream of it.
But, I do all those things.
But I was going to ask, if a fan were going to follow you around for a week, and she was going to come back and say, oh my God, I can't believe Katy Perry actually...
does this?
Well, yeah, what would be that thing
I think you should just think of what you actually do, and I do all those things.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
See,
I'm just
does that surprise people?
No, because I'm a person. So I just have, a job, which is singing and songwriting, but I'm still a person.
Right.
I'm not a robot. But I love to try and maintain some type of normalcy. I think that's what keeps me down to the ground.
From the moment I met her, it was, I'm not going to quit until I succeed.
Thank you so much for believing in my weirdness.
They're giving the wrap, but really quick, I wanted to ask.
What?
In the movie, you were very sheltered at the beginning, and you say that hearing Alanis Morissette was what really kind of inspired you and taught you about life. If there's a kid out there today who is sheltered and he hears your music for the first time,
or wants to break free,
exactly. What is that person gonna learn about life from hearing your stuff for the first time?
That it's okay to take chances.
Every single night, there's a whole new set of people. You have to really remember that and be grateful.
If you have a dream, you gotta go on a journey to fulfill that dream.
I'm blue, yeah, it's pretty good.